Hey everybody, welcome back to HighTechCheck, where I test out the latest technology so you don't have to waste your own money. Today we're going to be checking out the XGIMI Elfin Flip, a sleek and compact smart projector that claims to bring the home theater experience to even the smallest spaces. This little device has been getting a lot of buzz lately, so let's see if it actually lives up to the hype. Now, right out of the box, the XGIMI Elfin impresses with its minimalist design. It's ultra slim, weighs just under 2 pounds, and easily fits into a book bag or a travel bag. Perfect if you're looking for a portable projector for movie nights, presentations, or gaming. It is also made of all plastic, and it feels fairly light. So we get our user guide. It does also come with this really nice slim remote control. It does have some really nice dedicated buttons for YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and the XGIMI TV. We've got our power and our mute button. We've got a focus. We've got a menu button here. We have a source control. We also have a little selection pad with the selection button on the inside. It also has home, settings, and a back button along with the volume buttons. And it uses 2 AAA batteries, which it actually comes with, which is nice. And here we have our power cable and our power brick. And in case you're wondering, it looks like it outputs 19 volts at 3.42 amps. And if we take a closer look at the projector itself, if we look on the bottom here, it does have some rubber stands, so it stays in place very easily. We also do have a little screw hole in case you want to connect it to a tripod. On the back, here's where the power cable goes. And then if we look at the very back here, we have a USB type A port, an HDMI, and a power button. And you don't have to worry about anything covering up the front lens because all you need to do is just simply fold it up and it's protected. Now let's talk specs. The Elfin Flip projector delivers native 1080p resolution. It also supports HDR10 and uses auto keystone correction and autofocus to get a crisp, straight image every time. This projector can also project an image up to 150 inches, but it can also do an image as small as 5 inches. It's got 400 ISO lumens. It's got Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.1. It's also running XGIMI OS. It's got dual 3-watt speakers that support Dolby Audio, DTS Virtual, and DTS-X. It's got 113% REC 709 color gamut. And it's got a built-in stand that rotates 150 degrees for viewing almost anywhere. The built-in speakers aren't that bad either. The sound is good enough for casual viewing without an external speaker. And even though the speakers are pretty loud, but if you want that theater sound, you will need to hook up the projector to an audio system. Now in a dim or dark room, this thing is a beast. The colors pop, text is sharp, and even small details are clear. With 400 ISO lumens, it performs surprisingly well for its size. But don't expect full brightness in a sunlit room. But I will tell you that the type of screen you're using will make a big difference, especially in a brightly lit room. You can see here that in the background, I do have just a plain white vinyl screen versus an ambient light screen in the front. And you can definitely see the picture is a lot brighter on the ALR screen versus just a regular white vinyl. So if you want the best picture possible, I would definitely recommend picking up an adequate screen as well. I also think that this projector has a really good picture quality, especially for the price that you're paying for it. The images are nice and sharp and the colors pop. And again, this is only being projected on a white vinyl screen. And the reason why I chose to do that was because the majority of the people that are going to buy this projector are most likely not going to be buying a screen that is going to be worth $500 plus. You're most likely going to be projecting this onto something like I have here, or maybe even your wall. So this gives you a better representation of what the picture quality is actually going to look like on those type of surfaces. I also think the projector has a pretty good contrast ratio as well. You can see from the picture here that the darks are fairly dark, but there is a slight bit of washout. I've got a laser projector that I paid thousands for that gives me the same kind of contrast ratio that the Elfin Flip does. Again, if you do want a better contrast ratio, an ambient light projecting screen will definitely help with this. Like I mentioned before, it runs XGIMI OS, which means you get access to Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, and more right out of the box. Let me show you what the OS has to offer, and then we'll go through some of the settings. We've also got the XGIMI TV. If we go into our resource manager, you can see all the files and folders actually in the internal storage. You can see that we have 10.43 gigs of that. You can put videos, music, photos in there if you want. And then we can go over to the all apps. You can see that we have all those main apps on the top, and then on the bottom here we have the XGIMI App Store where you can get access to more applications. You can see we've got access to Plex here, Hulu, Disney Plus, things like that. We also have the XGIMI wall, which is basically art, things you can have on your, whatever you're projecting on as ambient background pictures. We can have like static pictures. There's also things that move. So we've got the art museum, the ambience, ceiling, and our favorites. So we'll go into ambience. You can see that it's just moving. So if you during Christmas or something, you have this up on your wall, you can have this kind of showing, which looks pretty cool. We also have a Bluetooth music. So if you want to Bluetooth things from your mobile device, you can do that too. We've got the projection assistant, which actually allows you to cast things from your mobile devices, such as an iPad. All you need to do is go to the projection assistant, go to Miracast or MagicCast up at the top, and then on your Apple device, if that's what you're using, we can go in here and go to screen mirroring. You can see that the My Elfin Flip shows up. You just click on that, and whatever's on your screen shows up on the projector. There is just a slight bit of lag, but it's not horrible, and whatever you're showing on your iPad, you can also kind of rotate, and it'll give you a much bigger screen on the projector itself. And we also have the Vood web browser. And there you go. So you just kind of move around with the little pad here. It moves fairly quickly, but it's not as quick as like a mouse. But if you need to look at a web page or something like that very quickly, you do have access to it. And then for the quick settings, we have auto keystone correction, manual keystone, autofocus, zoom and shift, and network, Bluetooth, signal source, and the XGIMI wall. And of course, if we go into all the settings, we have access to everything. You can see all the image correction options we have here. If you have your projector upside down or you're projecting on a ceiling, you have options to change that. We also have our options here for display and sound. We've got different picture modes, low latency mode, which works great for gaming. We've got the sound output. You can use eARC mode, or you can also use the built-in speaker. If you want to connect it to a speaker system, you can do that as well. Got our sound effects. We also have our Wi-Fi here. Our HDMI settings, you can have it start up on a specific input as well, which is really nice. So if you want it to start up on the HDMI, you can, especially if you're using this for home entertainment. We've got our Bluetooth connections, and we also have our general settings. We've got a sleep timer, screensaver, and some additional settings here. We've got eco mode, energy saver, where it turns off or goes into a sleep mode after a certain amount of time. And that is pretty much it for the settings. It also has intelligent screen adaptation technology, which not only provides autofocus and auto keystone correction, but it also has obstacle avoidance. This is a handy feature that not only adjusts the picture to avoid objects and only shows the picture on flat surfaces. You can also see from the corners that the picture is nice and even. There's no curving at the edges, and its focus goes from edge to edge. And you can even use your projector off to the side, just like I have here, and the auto keystoning will pretty much put the picture as if the projector was sitting directly in front of the screen. Now, for the most part, the auto keystoning does a pretty good job at getting your picture lined up, but there will be some times where you're going to need to kind of fine tune that picture. And in the settings, there are plenty of manual options for that. From this picture here, you can see how even and clear the text is from one corner all the way to the other corner of the projector and even in the middle. And whether you're building a home theater on a budget, need a compact projector for travel, or want something sleek for your dorm room, the XGIMI Elfin fits the bill. I absolutely love the portability of this projector because now I can lay in bed and watch all my favorite shows on the ceiling while my wife watches all her shows on the TV. And because the projector is so portable, you can use it in a whole bunch of other different places. Maybe you like to spend a lot of time in the bathroom and now you can watch some shows while you do your business. You can even relax in the tub and watch your favorite shows, or have a little drive-in movie experience in your garage as well. This projector is also really good for gaming. I played some FPS and some racing games, specifically Call of Duty 6 and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. And the reason why this projector is so good for gaming is because it has an ultra low latency mode. And at no point during my gaming did I notice any input lag. Here's a little example of me playing Call of Duty, and you can see how fast the gun shoots almost immediately after I pull the trigger. Again, as I was playing the Need for Speed game, the projector handled fast-moving images really well. And I really have to say that the speaker on this projector is super loud. Now, it's not going to give you that surround sound theater experience, but it's going to have plenty of volume for any gaming or movie watching you're going to be doing. And with this ultra low latency mode turned on, at no point during any of my gaming sessions did I actually notice any input lag. If you're a casual gamer like I am, you probably won't notice any input lag either, but if you happen to be a professional gamer, you may notice a couple milliseconds. Now, the projector does have a built-in fan to try to keep it cool. It is audible, but it's not very loud, so if you're playing any sort of sound, you probably won't even hear it. Another really nice thing about this projector is if you take it somewhere and you don't have any internet connection to play or watch movies, you can always load some videos up on a USB drive, plug it into the back of the projector. It'll notify you that the flash drive has been inserted, hit OK, and then you go into the flash drive itself, and you can select one of the videos you have on the USB drive. You also do have to make sure that you have it formatted correctly so the projector can play it. These seem to be MP4 files. And you can see it's playing nice and smooth right off the USB. And you can also look at pictures and play audio files as well. So now let me tell you about some of the pros and cons for this projector. The first pro is that it's super compact and stylish. I love the fact that you can easily fold it up, put it into a book bag, and pretty much take it wherever you want. The second pro is the fact that it's got a very impressive picture for the projector's size. When I first turned this projector on, I was absolutely blown away with how big the picture could actually get and the type of quality that the projector actually gave out. And the fact that it's only around $300 for all the features and the quality that you get for this projector, it's an absolute steal. It's also got a super easy, quick setup, and with all the auto adjustments that this projector has, you can set it up with ease pretty much anywhere. And as I showed you before, because this does have a USB port in the back that allows you to watch videos from a USB flash drive, you also don't need to worry about any sort of a connectivity, so you can watch videos pretty much anywhere you are. Now, there are a couple cons for this projector that I do want to note. They're absolutely not deal breakers by any means, because you absolutely know what you're getting into when you're going to buy this projector, and I think that you have an informed decision on whether or not this projector is right for you. So the very first con is the fact that it's not really bright. It's only got the 400 ISO lumens, so in brighter environments, the picture isn't going to be very vibrant. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but again, if you're going to be using this projector in a dim or dark room, you're going to have a really good experience with a really nice picture. And the second con really isn't that much of a big deal either. It's just the fact that this projector doesn't have a built-in battery for total portability, so it's always going to have to be plugged in. But if you want to use this on the go, you will just need to buy some sort of a power station to plug the projector into, and that way it'll be totally portable. So is the XGIMI Elfin Flip worth it in 2025? Absolutely. If you're looking for a portable, smart, and sleek projector for under $300, this is one of the best options out there by far. And again, if you guys do want to pick this up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting the like button, subscribing, and hit the bell so you never miss a high-tech check. And also drop me a comment below if you've ever used the Elfin Flip and what your experience was. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.